Tactical Fundraising Action 3 is brought to you by MetalGearSpeedrunners.com. If you're interested in learning any Metal Gear, want to learn about the community, what's going on, check us out at www.MetalGearSpeedrunners.com. Tactical Fundraising Action 3 is in support of RaichuMGS going to AGDQ 2020. We want to thank everyone who has donated so far. $715 is very impressive. Well done to all of you. Thank you all for your generosity and watching the stream. It's been quite an eventful day. Some PBs and some exciting races. Coming up next, The Immortal on NES by Eriphram. I want to stick around for this one, and followed by that is Metal Gear Acid 2 by Copper Tank. New Game Plus Easy. The Twitch.tv Metal Gear Speedrunners debut of that game. You don't want to miss that one. That's going to be a fun card playing time. Welcome back, everybody, to another run in TFA3. This time, we're going a bit retro on all y'all with some The Immortal. Some of The Immortal. Actually, the entire thing on any percent with my good friend here, Eriphram, who was actually a member of the original TFA1 trio, who was ported for that marathon. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, man. I'm doing all right. If you guys remember my TFA run, the last time they let me do another NES game that had such wonderful music that looped over and over, we're not going to have a repeat of that and actually have some good music this time around.
that music was legendary, though, in its own way.
The 3-second and 5-second loops that you got to hear of it. Oh, good old Castle Quest.
That's all I need in my life. So what is this game? Can we get some context here? What the heck is The Immortal?
The Immortal is a legendary, unforgiving NES game. You guys are getting some pretty good highlights here in the pre-roll from the game here. You take control of an unnamed wizard, and you are on a mission to rescue Mortimer, your mentor, who is in this dungeon and needs your help. That is the premise of it, and we're going to try to make our way through several floors, minus one floor from other versions of the game. I actually recently completed the DOS version of this game, which included the bonus floor, which completely sucks. So I got some additional information to give you guys tonight.
Nice. We got the multi-layered Immortal info.
Oh yeah, deep lore behind this story for a NES game that's completely unforgiving, as you see some fantastic depths here. And if the run goes well, we'll show you some extra stuff here. But Plywood, if you're ready, I'll get us into the ready position here and give us a countdown.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, well, we get a password screen here, and if you're lucky enough, you have some password. Otherwise, you gotta get going. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is the opening screen here. This is the one and only warning you get in the game that it's a good idea to move. If you don't, a worm comes up to the floor and kills you. And that is the only warning you get in the game. Everything else, no mercy. You go into a highly action-packed room to start off with. Fires spouting from the floor, fireballs all over the place. There's a dead guy to the right, and a fight going on the left here. We go into the fight here. We talk to this guy who gives you a key, which is absolutely necessary. And we go to this other body here, which we will end up picking a ring that says Dunrick on it. And we get this chest. But fortunately, we have a key. We get some gold, a bag of bait, and a sack of bad-smelling s'mores. If we use the bait at any point right now, a worm will come up and kill us for fun. So we're just going to go through another encounter here. Basically, I'm mashing left and right on my D-pad as fast as possible and mashing the B button. A good defense is a good offense. We're going to go through this chest and pick up all 3 items here. Go to this guy. We're going to try and dodge this next fight coming up. We go all the ways to the right as far as possible and down through this and back to the door, out the door, and we missed it. But if it was quick enough, we were going to miss the goblin because the door pushes us out far enough. So we'll just quickly dispatch him and move on. Here is a Indiana Jones room with tiles. You step on the wrong tile, arrows will start flying, and you can only get so far. These arrows will instantly kill you, and it is possible to be hit by an arrow and die in the next room. This coming up here is a dark room, which you can run into shades, which I did. There's nothing you can do about it if it's in the way. You can't see it, so there's no point in dodging, so we got to use our good offense here by just slashing wildly.
I honestly not sure about that. I feel like this old unnamed wizard is just attacking darkness. This is a very this reminds me of the Pooh meditation segment from Earthbound a little bit.
Fighting against yourself.
Yep.
Fortunately, we were able to take him down. Sometimes there's nothing you can do because the more your red bar goes up, you can attack less and less, and they can get more attacks in. In the room here, I held the amulet up in the air, which we're going to be doing quite a bit, but never read the incantation. If you read the incantation, it is instant death for everything in the room, including yourself.
That's a powerful spell.
It is a very powerful spell. Floor 2 here is already action-packed. There's green slimes. It's green jello, and they want to say hi, and you do not want to eat the green jello because it's sugar-free. It instantly melts you.
Gross. That's gross.
We pick up a random stone on the ground because I like rocks, so I pick up the rock, and we charm the will-o'-the-wisps. Yep, Spall. And here is my best friend, the bat in the room. The bats in the room can kill you really fast if you're walking in a line and take you down in about, I don't know, 1.5 seconds if you're lucky. The will-o'-the-wisp, fortunately all 3 came in, killed the guards for us. We take this bag of dust because it's dust. We lay the spores on the ground. We're going to leave the room. 3, 2, 1. Go back into the room, and everyone's dead. There is a spot on floor 1 where you can put the spores on the ground. It's a trap, of course, waiting for you to put it in the right place. And if you use it up there, you can't use it here, and you're stuck. And you have to start the game over.
Wait, so did you just use spores as a weapon? Like you just trap them in like some poisonous spores?
Yep.
Man, what a wizard. He's like, listen, I don't need to cast no spells. I'm just gonna use fungus against you.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, we managed to dodge it. Going into the door resets the position and the slime could potentially move. Do not touch the jello.
Yeah.
So this guy is
That's,
really friendly here. He says, don't bother me. I'm cutting a gem. You need it, but no, you can't have it. So we use this bag of dust and we throw it in his face.
Yes, you need it. No, you can't have it.
Oh, look
Classic.
at that. You threw dust in his face and he insists on giving you the gem.
The dust of compliance.
Yep. All right, I hate this hallway here. This floor is ruthless. There is a chance that I can waste all 3 lives in this hallway and have to do everything over again. So we're going to try and keep that from happening. Oh, go away. And you know how I said about the arrows can kill you in the next room? Slimes can do that too. They can touch you as you're going through the door, and it's over. And if it's your last life, you're starting the floor over again.
Yeah, wow. It's a fun time for this unnamed wizard.
Oh yeah. All right. Floor 3 here. You see a fire across the thing. You're gonna try and do a quick manipulation. I did not see the start of it, so we're gonna try and get it as close as possible. If we time it right, we're going to avoid an extra fight. We're gonna hold the amulet up here and abuse the fact that these guys are moving. Typically he walks through me, but this time he didn't for whatever reason. And look, it's the Goblin King again. Alive because you gave him water. So that'll allow us to keep moving. This room that you're going to see very shortly is full of spikes, as foretold by spikes poking up randomly throughout the room. If you walk in a T manner or a zigzag like I did, you're pretty much safe. The next room here, there's 2 trolls, and we're going to hold up the amulet again and make ourselves invincible, because that's a fantastic
So we're on Team
glitch.
Goblin, right? We're on Team Goblin.
Now we are. Before we were killing them, but now that we saved the Goblin King, we are Team Goblin.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, that was too close. It's going to be quicker to take the fight here, and hopefully he will just accept the sword slashes. There was an additional sword on floor 2 on that pile of bones in the first room, but it does absolutely nothing for you in this version. And if you keep searching the bones, there is a slime that will instantly kill you for investigating too far.
Get off these bones, man. Move on. You're dead.
And I died, unfortunately.
See, I thought he was dodging those hits no problem. It was just like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. But that troll had other things to say. So you're trying to like cast a spell to do something against the troll?
The gem I picked up in the spike room, I'm gonna drop it in that fire, and it's going to teleport me. If you go into that pillar of fire while it's red, you burn alive.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact, you can actually drop down the stairs the wrong way and die.
It's very important you use the ladder the proper way. Oh, you need my help. Take this magic carpet. Thanks, guy.
A fun little fact there. When you come down this in other versions, you get into a troll fight, and he throws a knife in their back that you have to dodge for a couple of seconds. We're gonna pick up this extra item here. It's a ring. We're going to use later in this floor. I'm gonna try and show off some of the fun things here. If you walk for like more than 2 seconds, a worm will come up and eat you. That's why you're using the flying carpet. Now, in this hidden spot here, it's a coffee pot. Gotta drink your coffee.
In the dungeon.
In the dungeon.
Nice. Score. That's some real treasure right there. Who needs these magic amulets and rings? Dust of compliance. I want a coffee pot.
Oh, I used the carpet instead of the amulet. Oh well.
I was really hoping you were going to say, I used the coffee pot instead of the amulet.
The coffee pot is throwing me off just a little bit because it changes my inventory.
just offer this troll Folgers. He'll be fine. He'll be like, oh, thanks, dude. You can go on by.
All right, I'm gonna focus here because I don't really want to die, even though it might be actually quicker to do that. I already died once to a troll. I don't want to die again. I have to do this because my red bar is so high, so I'm fatigued and I can't sword slash as fast. And he's able to kind of sneak in and get some attacks in. Although if he keeps dodging like he is, I'm gonna eventually miss enough that I'm going to die, but we're good there. And we get to fly on the carpet. Now, unfortunately, since my health is so low, a bet can hit me once and we are done. So because we got the ring
like
here,
HP regain.
that pile of hay I saw earlier, you can sleep and get some plot, and you get a little bit of health regain. Those are the only spots. A lot of the times they're at the very end of the level. It made more of a difference in other versions of the game where your health carried from floor to floor. This one, not so much. Odds are we're going to die to this fight unless this fight keeps... Yeah, there we go.
Foolish old man. You should have offered me the coffee. Ah! My greed for coffee kills me.
And unfortunately, using the amulet trick is not as quick because you gotta walk around this circle 3 times. So you'd be using the amulet quite a bit. Alright. So, you might think you're getting into a fight. You just get some plot. These guys want to talk to you. They want to give you a plan where you're going to first the Narlac to try and open the Fountain of Youth. You gotta talk to this guy here. He's available on floor 2 to give you a potion to protect you from the slimes, but we didn't have the money to do that. But we can buy his potion here, and we're immediately going to get stomped on a troll by purpose, so that way we can just avoid a fight and keep moving on. When you get big again, it automatically happens. You actually start losing health automatically because it's poisoned you, and you have to go into the chest and get a bottle of water and drink it. This here is a room full of worms. If you don't walk this specific path, you die.
I feel like you don't even need to say you die. I think you can just say, and you know the rest.
Yeah, and we're
immortal.
This room is filled with worms. My personal favorite is tremors. Now, this is a bonus path here. If you navigate this room without using the device that tells you where the worms are, you meet the developers of the game. They're in this hallway. You got Brett, Mike, and Ian. But Mike wants his coffee. We have a coffee pot. You can tell him yes. And they're happy. So they're going to give us a spell of body odor.
Infinite body odor. Dang. So
if you don't have the coffee pot and you tell them yes, they kill you.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? They made this game. You're like, oh, don't mess with us. We made you. We can unmake you.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to drop the bait here on the ground to lure the egg that just hatched, and ooh, we got it correct. And here's some hay that I could use to regain health, but it is the end of the floor again. So, congratulations, we're playing the NES version. We just skipped an entire level of the game.
All right.
And body odor just killed that troll for us.
Oh, nice.
No fights, no amulet glitch.
But Dunrek's
now,
fine.
Yes. Now, an interesting fact, this guy looks like the same guy we've been talking to the entire time. In other versions, he's a different sprite. And the guy that's on the wall is actually Mortimer's servant, who tries to kill you where that last troll was. Because now you know the real details of Mortimer, who set this all up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, whatever, but you're riding a barrel with a staff as a row?
Yep. He's taken some rowing lessons with the, or actually he's canoeing a barrel because he's certainly not rowing.
No, that's right. You're right. You're right. He's canoeing with a quote unquote paddle. Man, this wizard does everything but cast spells with his staff. Huh?
Absolutely. Now it looks like we died here, and it kind of alludes to that until you see the Narlac, or I like to call it Barrel versus Kraken, and then you get plot. Time has passed. And apparently I just golded the split.
Nice.
You get revived by a goblin who gives you a drink from the Fountain of Life. And we find 50 gold. We have absolutely no use for it. Some final spells for the end of the game here.
So wait, you're telling me the guy we're trying to save is not a good guy?
Nope, he's a bad guy. Yes, this game is absolutely insane. So we fall down, the staff breaks, but look, our staff is good. So now we got to use the blink spell we got, which will protect us 6 times. And you got to use it just right. Too early, you burn. Too late, you burn. Use too many, you burn.
And what happens when you burn, Eriphram?
I can show you.
Oh, I was just making a joke. I was hoping you would say you'd rest, but that's okay.
So this is Fire Protect. It protects you from the longer one, the double breath there. So we're gonna hold up the amulet because we've got nothing else to do but not read it.
Right.
And here's Mortimer. He's waited 1,000 years for this. All right, you're not gonna read it. He takes the amulet back, and now he's gonna try to kill you himself. So now he's gonna shoot lightning at us, and hopefully I'm not gonna screw this up. Because if you wait too long, you start seeing the lightning, it's over. You kind of want to do it when the dragon heads moves. This 4th one is a fake out. In other versions of the game, he casts a different spell, which you have to use a different spell to counter it. The number 6 spell, because you only have 6 statues, he actually revives a skeleton who tries to reap your head off. So that's it right there. This is going to be the end. Time is coming up really fast. As soon as I hit the magnet spell.
Okay.
He complains that the dragons killed his people, but he killed the dragons with time.
He killed them with time.
Killed them with the amulet, but it cost a life to do it. In other versions, he actually tells you, how do you think you made it so far? How do you think these chests are strewn about the dungeon? How do you think the amulet was laid down? What about this mysterious vendor that sold you potions? It was Mortimer all along setting you up. A little bonus thing here, because we rescued Anna by giving her her ring 2 floors ago. She spends time with you traveling out of the dungeon, which takes about 2 days, and then you fall in love and have a happy ever after ending.
Nice.
We ended... Yeah.
Why was she in the dungeon? Was she also set up by Mortimer for true love purposes?
She is actually Dunric's daughter.
Oh, okay.
So since Dunric was dragged down.
Pretty deep on this one, huh?
As deep as you can go on an old school game like this that's not an RPG.
Now, was there a sequel called Immortal Harder?
Not that I'm aware of.
Actually immortal.
One other fun thing is, we didn't get to explain it, but in between the floor with the barrel and the floor with the goblins, there's actually a floor with spiders in other versions of the game, where you have to pour alcohol in the chest to not get eaten by a spider, slash to death a spider, and levitate your way through a very narrow hallway without stepping on egg sacs. It's terrible, and it sucks.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. But hey, you know what was fun? This run, everyone give it up for Eriphram on this the Immortal. The Immortal run on NES. Any last words, sir?
No, not really, unless everyone wants to see what happens when I finally read the amulet.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens when you read the amulet.
All right, instead of playing through the whole floor, I'm just gonna look up a password, so that way we can skip to an area. Actually, no, let's do this. I am going to show the secrets behind the scene that I'm playing this on an NES Classic, and I'm going to load a save state.
So behind
Is this the right
behind
save
the
state?
scene footage.
Nope, this is a bad save state. There, we'll go to the one where I burnt to a crisp.
Great.
You could hold it up to the light here. Yes, there's an incantation in the back. Let's read it! There's a giant blinding flash. The wizard and everything in the room are incinerated instantly. Prepare to continue.
Man, what did that say on that amulet? So if you were reading this, it's too late. You should have got the coffee
Yep,
pot.
it is too late. And another good old death right there. I played this game when I was like 5 or 6, and it was terrible to play. I never completed it until I was 18. But that is that's the end of the run there. That's enough, unless there's any other requests. But I think we should keep the.
That's enough. That's
enough.
that's enough. That's enough for Immortality. Well, I gotta say thank you once again to Eriphram for showing us a hard game done fast. Those are always fun to watch. What we got coming up next is the last standard run or set run in the schedule for today, Metal Gear Acid 2 by Copper Tank.